got some helpful news for you this morning. Starting today, Americans can help fight identity theft by freezing their credit free of charge at the three main credit monitoring services. Just over a year ago, a hack of one of those credit services, Equifax, affected nearly 150 million people. It exposed personal information, including names, social security numbers, and birth dates, making people susceptible to the risk of fraud and identity theft. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger is here with more on this. Jill, great to have you at the table. So this is welcome news, but I want to go back to how people responded to the Equifax hack, because only 14% of Americans froze their credit. Why did they do that? Why only 14?
Because it's sort of a hard process. So we now know that there were in some states where it costs $10 to $30 to freeze and unfreeze your credit, but the process of actually freezing, it can involve getting a PIN. Sometimes it involved talking on the phone with a representative because their websites went down. And so a lot of people were thwarted in their effort to try to do this really important thing, which is lock down your credit file to make sure that no thieves can get in there and open credit in your name. But again, the process was so onerous that just 14% of people froze their credit. We saw 150 million people impacted by this. You would have thought many more would have frozen their credit.
So this makes it cheaper, but it doesn't make it easier.
It does not make it much easier, and I think that that's going to be a big hurdle. Look, the onus is on us. We, the consumers, we are the product here. We're not the client. I remember last year, so many people said, but I didn't give my information. Does not matter. If you want to borrow money, you've got to have a credit file. And that credit file really is yours to protect. Freezing is really the most important step you can take. The problem is if you have to go to 3 of the different agencies, go through a whole process, and then you have to unfreeze it if you have to borrow money for a car or a house or you're a small business owner, it can be a pain in the neck, and it is still a pain in the neck.
But you still think it's a good idea to freeze your account?
I think it is the best way to lock things down. A lot of people think, oh, I'll do a credit alert. And that's just a little bitty step you can take. It can last for up to a year now, up from 90 days, but it's not a strong enough protection. We're really trying to encourage you to be responsible. It's your data. It's going to be used however these companies want to use it in terms of selling it, so you've got to be very careful.
If you find out someone's used your personal data to open a fraudulent account, what do you do?
The first thing you do, go to the FTC website. There is an amazing amount of information there. You've got to file an affidavit. You've got to actually go through the process. You may even want to go to the local police. You're then going to use that information to lock down your credit file. And yes, you must freeze. Again, if you want to borrow money, you can always unfreeze it. But freezing is the best protection you will find.
Okay, it's free, but still not that easy to do.
Not so easy.
We'll take the free part.
Do it anyway.
And I love your necklace. I've been staring at it throughout the segment. And at the same time, I can do both. Jill, thank you.
Thank you.